just leave.
It's your boy D.
I'm sorry. We're feeling in a homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
Oh my God. I already started off laughing. Because man, that's crazy. So listen, this is episode number 297 of the Homeroom with Smooth podcast. And I got with me the Goldsby Empire. You know what I'm saying? What y'all doing, man? What's up with y'all?
What's up?
Lord Jesus.
CA fam.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We chilling.
Yeah, man. So man, how's y'all day been going, man?
The morning with 2 kids in the bed.
It's going. I like to sleep in, but you know, my kids wake up and want to play. As soon as they wake up, let me have your phone. So you know how they go.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to bed till 3:30, so
Whew.
fine. I do this all though. I function off about 4 hours of sleep and a nap.
4 hours of sleep and a nap. That's crazy.
I leave her up. Me and the kids, we go hit the bed. We be out.
Dang. That's different. You build different. Like
I've been like this since I left my mom's house. When I went to college, I didn't sleep like how I normally sleep when I was at home. So it's been like that ever since. So I think I got a little insomnia, but I'm trained. If I take a 15-minute nap, I'm staying up all day.
Not me.
nah.
I've
I've been in wrecked 2 cars.
It's tough, man.
It's all right. I'm gonna get that peace though in the middle of the night. They be knocked out. That's my time.
Hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do to get your time. I guess.
It's my time. They be out of there.
Yeah, but so how'd y'all meet, man?
What story you want?
What story I want? Okay, so look, we can either do this. Whatever story floats y'all boat. What story what narrative y'all want to run with?
I give my side first. So of course, you know, we both went to UCA, right? So somehow we end up having.
Wait, what year did you go to UCA?
Ooh, I was at UCA what 2000 and
I don't know. I came in
2010 and I was to 17, 16, 17.
You was there when I was there?
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck?
So I used to be with DQ, Mario, Bobo them.
Oh shit.
I had Feds.
Oh, huh?
I had
that's why, bro. I'm like, what?
My cousin Ryan Gatson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, you look familiar, but I just can't. Like, nothing's clicking. Like,
I had my dreads back then, but I got rid of those like 4 years ago.
Yeah, when Charlie turned 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I was at UCA.
He was like, who is this man?
Okay, that makes sense.
I came in 2011, but I graduated high school in 10. So I'm gonna let you start. Have at it.
So my side, how we met, right?
Please.
Let's see. First of all, somehow we had, well, at this time I didn't know, but we went to I think it was a Webby concert when Webby came to Conway. What was it? The Gora Center or something?
Yeah.
Right? And so you know, he called some people up there to dance. Me and my partner was down there. We looking at the girls go up and stuff, man. So her and her friend go up there and start dancing. I tell my partner, you know how boys be, men be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we allowed to, like, I don't know if we're allowed to cuss.
Yeah, you can talk however you need to, bro.
So I was like, dang, man, look at that hoe up there shaking that ass. So then after that, boom, we didn't see each other in the party, right? So it was my cousin, and then one of our classmate from high school. We lived together in it was the Grove at that time.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
stayed in the Grove, and then one of my roommates, Robin, and her was in Dancers United together.
Okay. Okay.
Came up to the crib, and I think y'all right after practice or something. I think they had finished DU practice or something, so she came over to the crib. I like, dang, who is that right there? Cause I didn't, remember her from the stage. I like, golly. So at that time that's when Twerk Team was going crazy, right? Miss
Yeah.
Twerk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
had pulled up a video. I like, man, it was a video of Miss Twerk doing her little thing in a little sundress. So I showed her this. I like, dang, man, I bet you can't do this. And then shoot. She had left, so I told my roommate, I was like, man, who is that? Put me on. And it just
Okay. Okay.
story.
Oh Lord.
So
okay. As you know, we used to go in the student center. And he always in the student center. And I saw him. He was standing on the wall. You remember that big wall that used to be up there? And I had, I was like, dang, who is that? But the thing is, I'm from Forest City, so some kind of way he got entwined with my homeboys from Forest City. So I would go up and speak, but I wouldn't necessarily speak to him like that. I was ashamed. And
you ashamed?
I was ashamed.
I ain't even remember her speaking to me, man.
Cause Darrell was he's being a boy.
He being a boy.
He was too cute for me, but like he was just too cute. I was like, that ain't even, he cute, but that ain't even mine. I'ma try, but so then I'm fast forward to what he talking about. Chesney, shout out to her. If it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't even be here. She was like, girl, I want you to meet my roommate. He fine. He got dressed. He work at Walmart. Back then, Walmart was,
Yeah, that was a job. That was the job.
Walmart was the place to
college,
be.
you making what $12 to $14 an hour at Walmart, you good. So I was like, where he at? She said his room right there. I don't think he at home. He finna come home for work. And that happened. But what he said about the thing with Miss Twerk, you know the story. You know the story about me back then dancing on campus. So I went home to practice and I came back. You hear? I think you hear. So bagged him. We all 6.5 years later, married, and 12 years of knowing each other.
That's crazy.
So that's how we got it popping, man.
Yeah. That's how y'all got it popping. Just a random. I bet you can't do this.
It so happened we had mutual friends on both sides. Crazy thing. So, I mean, I guess it was meant to be.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So what would y'all say is like some of the more like challenging things of like like a relationship like leading up to marriage?
Challenging. The main thing is communication throughout it all. And we dated. That was my man. I don't care. We dated a year. After I cook a meal for you, you mine. I done cooked the meal and spent the night. That's mine.
I would say what you say, communication, probably trust. Building that solid foundation of trust. If you ain't got that,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't gonna make it long. So
Right, right. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Communication and trust. Those the big ones. But you have to build a friendship in between so that you have something to fall back on when you looking at them. Be like, dang, I really, when you mad, I'll go there. But if not, what do you have if you don't have no foundation?
Right, right. That's true. So when you guys came together, right, and you guys built that trust and all that, when you guys started like doing content together? Like when did you guys start doing the content together?
we didn't
Could
start
I
that
could I
marriage.
to after marriage? Okay.
Yeah, actually, we didn't
It was
start
2000 when I was pregnant
yeah.
with our second child.
Mm-hmm.
We always had did it, but it wasn't as dramatic as it is in today's time. So we have a YouTube channel, the Goldsby Empire too. So I have a quote unquote prank video when I was pregnant with our first one that I
Mm-hmm.
fell in the bathroom to get his reaction. So
Mm.
this was one we posted, and then I will always post dust smashes and stuff like that back then. But
Mm-hmm.
the video that took off for us on TikTok was I was doing it was Michael Jackson Bad, and nobody knew I was pregnant, I don't think, on the internet at this point. And I had the towel on, and I basically was pretending like I was naked under there and I was exposing myself.
Mm.
And he like, oh, like grabbed
Had to
me,
make sure she wasn't showing the
Yeah.
good stuff.
and it took off from there. So we started in 2021. Well, we started when COVID happened, but like I say, it didn't take off until like March 21 ish.
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant, so we've been doing it since 21.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Y'all started afterward. So
Yeah, we
yeah.
after marriage. Yep.
Okay. So neither of you guys were doing things like separately before then, like just posting
I,
videos.
I wasn't.
Yeah, because
I
I'm about to say, I thought you were posting videos.
I was posting videos back then, but social media wasn't like it is today back. Because
I mean, that's.
Instagram, it was just pictures back then. Oh, I don't want to tell my age. God.
I mean, it was. Hey, we all knew it was for pictures. Like we all on the same way. Look.
Yeah.
They didn't even have, back then direct message. You couldn't do nothing but comment on under the pictures back then. So it took a minute for me to get Instagram, but Facebook, I had that since '07.
Man, because I remember the old play on Instagram was you go find an old picture that nobody's looking at, and you ask her for her number under the old picture in the comments. Then once you get the number, y'all both delete the comments off.
Yeah, that was
That's the old play.
Yeah, you had to make it happen back then.
or you had to go through and like everything, like in this
Mm-hmm.
type of way, and to get somebody attention. Oh, they follow me back. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this picture, he must be interested.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Dang.
that's so okay. So what year did y'all get? So what year did y'all get married?
2017, but we didn't have our wedding until 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got we was married a whole year before our wedding, so a lot of people don't know that, but yeah. Yeah, so we just
Hey.
a little small, I guess, intimate.
Very small.
Yeah, so it was my parents, it was her parents, and our siblings. We just did a little her her dad
is a pastor.
Yeah.
So he married us. It only
Mm-hmm.
cost $50 to get married.
Yeah, we went
How much?
$50 for a wedding license in Arkansas.
Not the
Oh,
wedding, just the little
Oh,
small, you know.
could
So
I?
we went to the
I'm
court. We
y'all
went to
got it all sponsored, like.
if anybody wants to get married, it's just $50. You ain't gotta have no wedding.
yeah, we went to the courthouse and got the marriage license, and we actually came to Little Rock.
The
to
old mill. We got married at the old mill.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was just like a little small thing. Then we actually had our wedding in 2018, which was lit.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we got 2 anniversaries. I get a day, he get a day.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's fire.
7.
Wait, what? It cut. What you say? October.
6th and the 7th.
Okay.
6th
Nice.
is the anniversary, and the 7th is our actual anniversary.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fire. That's fire. Back to back. Back to back. So y'all go into October like lit.
Then our birthday's
Turned
in
up,
November.
for sure.
Mm.
Both our
Oh, so it's just that, then Christmas, then New Year's, then.
Years. It's all the end of the year is crazy.
I
Oh,
wouldn't.
that's what's up.
I don't want, like, I'm so happy that our kids are summer babies. So, you know, they own up in a year because October, November, December, that's busy for us. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. So then you guys had your first one,
Hmm?
and then you guys had the second one. So when did you guys like? I guess I'm trying to figure out how to phrase. I guess like go like, okay, we're gonna really like get into like really doing this, like doing a YouTube channel, doing the TikToks, like really commit to. Because there's people that just do it just to do it, and then there's people like, oh, we're doing it.
It was when we were on the second child, when I was pregnant. I think that first video had got like 300,000 views back then, you know, and it was like, oh, they like us like that, and then the followers started, you know, going.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I guess, the try one 22. We hit it.
Mm-hmm.
3, we hit it in the beginning, but we kind of like slacked off, and like the ending of 23 kind of like we was in a moving process too. So it's, you know, it's hard to kind of pick up a camera in the
Yeah.
thing that's going on.
Yeah.
I got the footage, but it ain't edited.
Right. Yeah. And that's the like that's the most like agonizing part is like the editing process.
Yeah.
Like I hate sitting down editing a video. Like if I got to sit down and edit, I'm
Yeah.
like so I be trying to like make mental notes. I'm like I'm going here, cut that, add this here, boom, I'm done.
Be done with it.
Yep.
I guess that is a good way to go about it.
Because sometimes I be
Make
like,
notes before you even start editing.
Mm-hmm.
take this part out, put this part in, take the. You think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's just my process. I mean everybody has their own process and thing. Um so what would you guys say is like some of the biggest I guess some hurdles to like being on camera as a couple versus like being private as a couple.
Being confident with each other, you know.
Oh yeah, the comments. You know. I used to be like,
the trolls go crazy in the comments, but you know, you just gotta you gotta have thick skin, honestly, to put yourself out there on the internet anyway. Cause some people not built for, you know, getting them comments and reading, especially if you like to go through and read the comments.
Oh, they eating us up on Facebook right now. Not us, me. I got a video that.
And that's the thing, like you said, what's the hurdles of like being on there as a relationship versus, you know, by yourself? The comments, you know, they'll say nasty things about about Robin or us together, you know, I don't even. Sometimes I might get on there, and, you know, coming back, but most of the time I just keep scrolling. Or I say a little smart comment. I be like, "Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the view or something like that." But
Mm-hmm.
like I say, you really got to just have thick skin, and man, you can't, because when
Yeah.
you put yourself out there for everybody to see and
Mm-hmm.
don't get negative feedback, I mean, it's crazy. The trolls be trolling.
Well, I remember
Yeah.
when we first got into it, you know, it was new. And I used to be, you going, I went away. The real be like, girl, if you don't put that phone down. And I had to realize I can't fight the internet.
You can't.
And then if somebody else thinks he's attractive, then I must have bagged a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then to go along with that, our followers, we really don't even have to say nothing, because the people that's been following us, been along with us on the journey, they'll respond to the trolls, So we really don't even have to say nothing to them.
Yeah.
shout
Facts.
out to them, cause they go
Facts.
in.
Oh, y'all got your own little army.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's beneficial though to be out as a couple on the internet, especially a young black married couple, because who else can where else can you see that it's besides
Mm.
don't unless you got a group of married friends, it's not displayed, and we try to display fun, love, not full on intimacy. We don't really talk about that part, but like hug, kiss, that type of intimacy or affection, and we try to give tips every now and then. But most people who follow us has found us through dance. Like we do the dances on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But they love our chemistry overall, and we just try to be a light for young black married couples or couples period, because they be calling us couple goals, or I love how he look at you, or how y'all interact and stuff like that. So that's the main thing. We just support each other throughout the process.
Yeah, yeah, cause it's like subtle things, like, you know what I'm saying, like, cause if I ask a question, it's the way y'all look at each other, or like y'all both like think about it, and not just like, even within the 20 or so minutes we've been doing this, like y'all have like y'all are on the same like wavelength, like I
Yeah.
can tell.
I mean, when you've been with someone for 10 plus years,
Boy, 12. Let the people know. It's 12. I told
12
you
years.
he was my man before he was my man.
I mean, you build that chemistry, especially
Mhm.
when you're around them every day. In
He wanted to
college,
be my
oh
soulmate.
boy, in college I was barely at my apartment. I was living with him most of the time, even when I had my own apartment. And then when she graduated, she actually came back and stayed with.
Like 2 months before I moved to Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months before I moved to Houston, I was living with him and
my cousin and my other homeboy Mario. So
I was cooking and everything. It was my boys. Like today. Then when I moved, they was like, "You coming back?" I said, "I need."
Yeah, so
he was supposed to come out there we were supposed to start a life in Houston, but it was whoever got the job first. I graduated a year before he did. My degree is in health education. His degree is in information technology.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to Houston on a limb. I'm still broke. I just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So he was still in school, and that was an 8-hour drive. I was driving an 8-hour drive every 2 weeks, because we just
That's whew, 8.
8 hour drive.
Yeah.
8. Oh.
But
Whoo.
I mean, that's how their chemistry is built, though. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
being there with each other. So
We had a long distance
Yeah.
what's that? Oh yeah.
for
Whoo. Whoo.
for like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
We had a long distance relationship, so most of the time, we was on FaceTime, and we built through that because through that whole process, you have to have a whole lot of trust.
Yeah.
A whole lot. And my tell back then, just chit chat with girls just would pop up at random times. Like I said, it's an 8 hour drive. Just pop up. Hey, I'm just checking.
She putting the pop up on you, boy, man.
I'm just checking.
Woo.
Work and just hit. I already have my stuff in the bag because I want to go home. I wasn't comfortable as I should have been out there because I'm from Forest City. That's only 14,000 people. Houston, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it's a lot of people out there in Houston. That's a
Yes.
lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. But nah, but you know what I'm saying? But I like that you said that because that's like a real foundation of a relationship though. Like it's like both parties having to make sacrifices and like willing to like do what others might consider like the way I was like 8 hours. But you know what I'm saying? For you, it was like, nah, I gotta go see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta see each other. For y'all, it was like y'all gotta see each other. So like 8 hours, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause y'all really are rocking with each other. And people nowadays don't get that concept of like somebody's gonna have to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like you might take a you might be the 80% in the relationship, you know what I'm saying, during this time. And the other person might be the 20, and then if vice versa, you know what I'm saying, till y'all can go back to being, you know what I'm saying, like equally giving, you know what I'm saying, to each other.
That's what I mean. Our relationship kind of different. Of course, I'm a stay-at-home mom, wife, but I'm an entrepreneur as well. I got my own business. Some days he come in, he probably at a 20, and I got the rest. Or some days I be like, hey, especially on Fridays, those are my days. And I just not completely log off, but hey, it's on you.
Yeah.
We don't have a traditional husband and wife dynamic because shoot, we don't have gender roles necessarily.
And that's fine. Like, cause I, I'm for like whatever works for people at the end of the day is what works. Like you can't textbook a relationship. Like
I'm not a domesticated woman. I tried. I tried it for 2 weeks, like the real domesticated housewife stuff. I was on Indeed looking for a job because I was like, I can't do this. Like this, some real 1940s, 50s type of stuff. Like I started my business after we had our first kid. I quit my job because I hated that job. I hated that job. And I was pregnant. I used to come home crying. I had came down with a whole, this what we pay, this how much you make, this how much I could bring. I came down with a whole list and I went to him and I was like, babe, I can't do it. I can't do it. He was like, just, I think every man has a fear of not being a set provider when you got somebody, you got a baby on the way, you got a wife and stuff like that. But he entrusted me to do what I had to do. He gave me 3 months. He's like, it's September, October, November, December. 3 months. He said, I'm gonna give you 3 months. If you don't have your business going by it in them 3 months, you gotta go get a job in January. So with that faith, I went to work. And I ain't been back to work since. And I'm thankful that he even gave me an opportunity like entrusted in me to, you know, step out on faith so I could do something that is beneficial. Like literally, I was miserable, big, and pregnant. But I'm just thankful that he even gave me an opportunity to even step out and do stuff that I do, like my side hustles full time. So that's a big one because he didn't even have to do that.
Hey, that's a fact. Hey. So, bro, from your end, what was that? What was that like when she came home and she was like, "Yo, I don't want to work no more." You know what I'm saying?
So I already knew from the job that she was working at that time. You know, she was big and pregnant, and
it was literally a man's job.
I ain't gonna say it was a man's job, but it was hard work for a woman to do while she was pregnant, because she was what was it?
She
was basically going out and doing like
big inspections on these big, huge plants, like chemical plants, and I was a water inspector. Like I was in Arkansas driving, testing the waters in the lakes, ponds, and stuff like that. And then I would have to go to the big companies and walk the big boy. I would have to go walk and go up and down stairs. I gotta check out. It was just a lot. It was for the state.
Yeah. So I mean, seeing that her come home, like she not feeling it and all that, and I was like, I kept telling her, just keep working until the baby come, and then so I think she ended up taking maternity leave for what?
12 weeks.
For 12 weeks. And then she ended up having to go back to work when she went back to work, right? I think I may have stayed home. When my sister used to come over and watch our oldest, the baby at that time, while both of us go to work. And then it was just one day matter of fact, the first day she went back to work, she started crying because she didn't want to leave Charlie at home. Oh man, then I guess just one day she just got tired of it, and I mean we talked about it, and when it happened, I was I like, man, how we gonna make this work? We need rent got to be paid, the other bills got to be paid, which at my job,
like shoes.
like the shop, which my job, I get paid pretty good. So it was just, basically having that faith, prayed about it, and I put it in God's hands and been blessed to let her be at home ever since then. So
amen. So yeah. Man.
Man, but that's what's up though. That's what's up. That's what's up. So all right. So what are you guys up to now? What are you guys up to now? Like what are you guys doing right now?
So we recently moved about
November.
Yeah.
October, November.
A couple months ago. Yeah, we recently moved.
Y'all do a lot of moving.
For now. So we moved to another city this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's why I said at the end of 23, we kind of like slowed down with content creation because it was the life. Yeah. Was life, man. You had to figure some stuff out and
I feel that.
Yeah, so we still getting settled here, but we moved here, more opportunities for us, more opportunities for the kids.
Definitely kids, schools, and stuff like that.
And then now we're back to straight trying to get this content out so the people can see, so we can get the people what they want. I know they've been missing us, so.
You tell me what you do.
What do you do? So I work for this company, Murphy USA. Like station, but I work at the home office. I work in IT.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been with them for 6 years. Right now, I do like a hybrid role. Some days it's in my original hometown. Well, not my original hometown, but El Dorado, Arkansas. That's what
Man, where you from?
I'm from Bass Chapel.
Dang.
Shit.
It's a street.
Shit. Yeah, I wouldn't even know nothing about this.
It's literally a street.
I'm from Bass Chapel, man. That's
of
where I was
family.
raised at.
A street of family.
Chill.
That's it.
20.
It's small. It's just a little community, man. But that's where the real was raised at.
Yeah.
He
Facts.
country. He country.
From
I'm
the
country, but he from the woods.
Nah, we 4-wheeler ride, foot riding, all of that. Fish. Some of them hunt. I don't hunt. But yeah, back to the subject. Yeah, we just we like I said, we just trying to get this content and stuff out. So
Me, I'm still at home, but I have my own brand. I'm a wig designer full time, but I also do the content. So, it's a get into it. It's one, and that look, it's glueless. So
that's crazy. That was crazy. Like I didn't expect to see that just then. Like you just threw me all the way up.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You didn't pop the hood. You didn't pop the hood on the truck. I was like, hey, what's going on?
Crazy.
Yeah. Shop. I make glueless wigs, but I make wigs for just regular people. But what got me into it was his mom went through breast cancer, my mom went through breast cancer, and they both needed, their confidence back. So I would make wigs, except for his mom back then. She was in remission, but when my mom went through it, she lost all her hair. She was just sad. I didn't want to see my mom sad, so I started making her wigs. So now I do wigs for alopecia patients, cancer patients, regular women with the natural, the 26, 30, 40 inches for the baddies. And now I'm trying to get into the color for the women that likes colored hair, like the pinks, green, all those wild colors. So that's what I'm pushing for this year, so I can get a variety of people. And my goal is to hit all 50 states. I done covered the South, California, and some up north, but I want to hit all 50.
Man, I do want to say that is a beautiful reason for like starting like doing wigs. That is a really beautiful reason. Like yeah, that was beautiful. That's very touching story. Like I was just like, oh man, I was like, man, I do not have a good reason to do nothing. I just wake up and
It's good, but it's the balance. We had to learn how to balance our relationship with our kids, our relationship with our family, my relationship with my business, and trying to content create. It's like a whole whirlpool. So hopefully this year we get a little bit more organized and have days that we can create content. But we got two small, we got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So it's kind of like we gonna do it when they go to sleep and miss out on our rest, but we got a bigger goal that we trying to achieve.
For sure. And I do want to tell y'all, like y'all at least on YouTube, y'all still gaining subs. Because when I first looked at y'all thing, I was like, oh, okay, y'all was at this number, whatever. And I was like, when I got on here to do this one, I was like, oh well, I guess I gotta say congrats on 25K. You know what I'm saying? Because before it was 24. Like when I first asked you, it was like 24.
We hit 25.
Like, because I was like it was 24.9 when I first looked at it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then y'all didn't hit 25. Y'all at 25.1K.
Oh, we at 25. Okay, we steady.
0.2. Okay, look, my screen said one. See, y'all still going up. I
Yeah.
literally have y'all channel pulled up in front of me right now.
Hey, I'm trying to retire early, man. We got a goal to get to.
Hey, look, I understand. I'm on the same path. I'm like, hey, let me get this right, get this
Hey,
going.
we got a goal to get to.
Content creating, I mean, it's not brand new. Like social media is not brand new. Of course, we had MySpace, Black Planet, all that stuff back then, but the way that it works now is totally different. Like we're the old heads of the game, and the Gen Z, Gen X, and XYZ, whatever they call Alpha,
Mhm.
all that. They knew, they came up on technology. We didn't come up on technology. We had to come up when you had to, with the internet being on a CD. Like, and then you couldn't be on the phone and be on the internet at the same time.
Yeah.
But everything done changed. Content creation is changed. I had asked my mom, I was like, Mom, do you think that my generation, can't even talk, millennials, slow down, millennials, are lazy? She was like, yeah, kind of, because y'all have found a way to do stuff the easier route, and we was doing stuff harder, but we trying to get out of that now. And I was like, that's fine, it's work harder or work smarter. And work harder than back then. Y'all didn't have what we had. So
that's true.
We are the only generation that I believe that knows how to work and knows technology hand in hand.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts.
Because
We the
all
last ones.
people that's, I guess, 25 and under, they just strictly do this. We know how to go outside and sweat and play and scroll. So it's new, and then people don't actually believe that it's a job. Like, this is a job. You should have seen us the other night trying to record a video. It took like 20 takes because I kept messing up. I got the BTS on that.
BTS blooper reel.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
crazy.
the way of the world is evolving. Content creation don't take over. It has already taken over commercial wise. Like, brands not putting their money into ads on TV because everybody on their phone. And it's people out here literally, it's like kids that are millionaires off of this stuff. So it's like you have to get into it when you get into it and hit the ball running every time.
Keep going.
Because every second is something new out on the internet. And if you disappear for too long, they're going to be like, dang, where y'all been at?
Facts. Like you can't, man. Like it's like taking a break. Like especially in my niche, like where I'm talking about like news stuff. Like I gotta be around at least twice, two or three times a week. Like I don't get a break. Like I got to talk about whatever happened. If I do take a break, somebody gonna hit me up in the DM. They're like, "Hey, bro, did you see this? Are you gonna talk about this? Like, bro, what's going on with you? Like, you okay?" I'm like, "Fam, I just want a break."
Yeah.
And we deserve the mental breaks. But it's like our mental break. You can't be off social media for like a week. You only get like 2 days.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the algorithm, your numbers gonna drop, and the people just gonna be wondering where you been at. Like, it's okay to let them miss you, but don't disappear. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I started recording a couple of things or like a couple of little news things. I'll stagger it out. I'm like, this ain't going out till Sunday. This
Yeah.
ain't going out till because I'm like, man, I can't I'm like, nah, because Sunday I'm gonna be chilling unless something happens. Like then I'm like, open the laptop.
We used to upload on TikTok 3 to 5 times a day. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
We done slowed all the
But
way
like
down.
Woo!
we about to get back on it though.
3 to
Oh yeah,
5.
for sure. For sure, for sure.
And
All right.
it's
Mm-hmm.
um you just gotta kind of like stay relevant in a sense.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. So I guess my next and last thing to you guys is what do you guys want to like tell your people, tell your fans, what you want to leave them with, you know what I'm saying? What you want to leave them with.
Be patient with us. We coming.
Yeah,
Like Coach Prime said, we coming.
we
We
coming.
bringing
Yeah.
in package is Louis.
Ooh, ooh, oh,
But nah, for real, y'all. I mean, we love all our supporters, so y'all just
hands down.
stay locked in with us. We're gonna put out more content, more videos.
We would like for our followers or new supporters to actually send us suggestions on what they want to see, because we can't read their mind. We just literally going off trends and what's in our heads to do. So we hoping that everybody engages more with us this year so we can continue to scale and grow, because this literally is like a business. Like, this is our family business. So that's just one major thing. And go
Hmm.
ahead.
No. I was gonna let you finish. I was gonna go right after you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're trying to, the Goldsby Empire is a brand, and we want to see, we want to see it on TV. We want to see it around the world. Like, when we went on the cruise in August, it was people like, "How you know you was on this cruise? I thought you was on." It's exciting. People.
Crazy thing is, we made it to a TV show before.
What?
Yeah, we
Oh
made it to
yeah,
Cedric
Cedric the
Entertainer TV
Entertainer.
show.
Dang.
He had one of our video clips on there when she was pregnant. It was dope. It was dope.
Oh, that's fire. Hey, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire.
We love our supporters because they definitely got our back hands down, and we're gonna continue to try to push out and get more organized, push out content and stuff that
Mm-hmm.
people want to see, challenges and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Only thing I would say to y'all is like, what if y'all made like a group chat or like forum or like Discord or something where like your people could be, you know what I'm saying, a space where they could be, then they can make suggestions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do polls on my Instagram, but that would be, I mean, everybody don't even
We can
have
make a,
Facebook.
a Discord. It would be.
What's the Discord? Oh,
It's
is
just
that,
a
this
forum or
must be
group
some tech
where
talk.
people can, you can. It's like a chat,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's just for y'all. Like they're literally anybody that's in there is clearly there for you.
right. Facts. Yeah.
And we're gonna work on live streaming, hopefully, because that's a whole nother route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That Twitch is different.
On me.
Yeah, that Twitch hit different. That Twitch hit different.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that we're doing the best that we can at the moment. We're settling into a new place. He got my back, I got his back, and this is a new year, new journey, and we just trying to push toward our goals, business
Amen to that.
wise, content wise, all of that.
Amen to that. Boy, y'all, this has been episode number 297 with the Goldsby Empire. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Coming on. It's good talking with y'all. We up
Enjoy.
out of